Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, hope you're all doing alright out there. Happy New Year for probably last week by the time you see this, if you're not on Patreon, but if you are on Patreon, you're going to get this today, is in New Year's Eve. So thank you very much for your support in 2023. It's been a very difficult year on YouTube, for sure, probably more difficult than previous years. I'm not going to go into all of that. As you can imagine, there's been a lot of political things, and YouTube's not been doing so well money-wise, so the patrons are the backbone of this channel at this point, and I thank every single one of you for staying with me, and for people who've supported the channel in other ways, such as calendars and keychains and all that sort of stuff. Stickers and keychains are still available at the moment on my Etsy store. They won't be there forever because once the sales come to a point that I have to check every day, and there might be one every 3 or 4 days, it starts to become a hindrance. So they're there while they're there. Grab them if you want to. In this video, we have done, well, this was actually the Christmas Q&A, but it kind of got delayed because of stuff, so we're doing this as the New Year's Q&A, but it's the same thing. So would you like to read the first question?
Yes. So the first question is from Daniel Boddington. It says, Merry Christmas to you both. I hope you have a great time and wish you both are doing best for 2024. Would you be doing some Patreon exclusive live streams in 2024?
I would like to do live streams. The problem with live streams in the house that we live in is that I cannot guarantee at any time of day, night or day, I'm not going to be called or requested to come and do something or needed, or I cannot get that. So I don't know. I'd like to, but I don't feel happy doing it until... I mean, the other thing is I was thinking I might just have to have a delay. You can have a delay when you stream of like a minute, and then just have a big stop button. Trust me, if I had my own place, though, I would be streaming daily. But unfortunately, I'm not in that position. So, Andrew Spears, happy Christmas to all. Just like the Marmite Wars of old, my question is this: Brussels sprouts or no Brussels sprouts with your Christmas dinner? And if you like them, which way do you cook them? I would be a sprout lover and I would boil them with a touch of salt, butter and garlic sauce, but making sure they are soft and not chewy. Lol.
Brussels sprouts, no. They're bad. I don't like them. They need to be abolished.
But you like cabbage.
I do like cabbage.
And
I like white cabbage.
Yes, well the answer for this is because you've never eaten a Brussels sprout that's cooked properly.
Yeah.
I like Brussels sprouts when you slightly boil them, then you chop them in half, you chuck them in a pan with balsamic vinegar and bacon and stuff, and you fry them, and it's, it might be an acquired taste, but if you have ever done this, Brussels sprouts with balsamic vinegar and bits of bacon, it's amazing.
I was going to say, my sister cooks them with bacon bits.
Yeah, but tons of balsamic vinegar, good balsamic vinegar. Okay, the next one.
Mephisto says, Dear Sprino, I was thinking about all kinds of personal questions, but honestly, there are only 2 correct questions to ask the cult leaders.
Right.
Okay.
Let me just explain. If you're not on Discord, you really, really should be. It's a private Discord, so it's not like the hellscapes of public Discords. We have 3 members of admin, 4 actually. It's all it's brilliant actually, and the people on there are brilliant, and we're always on there playing games and chatting and talking. If you join for Discord alone at £1 a month, it is worth it.
Yeah.
But you also get Patreon. So
It's fun.
this cult thing, this is Ed's fault. He started this. It is not a cult.
I'm saying nothing. Spicy. Which cheese goes best with beef Wellington and with 3-bird roast? Please shout them if possible. And Reno, if you could add a Japanese dish to your Christmas meal, what would it be? English and Japanese name pronunciation, please. Happy holidays and keep safe.
Well, this one is cheddar.
Oh yes.
Definite cheddar. It's the best cheese. And if you're cooking stuff, you use cheddar because it has more of a taste that stays, in my opinion.
Super extra mature.
Yeah, but not too much, then it's like full of salt. But then if you're not eating it and you're just cooking it, that's okay.
Well, yeah. When I read that question, my instant thought was KFC, because in Japan at Christmas, their Christmas meal is not everyone, but most of them will go out and have will have KFC for Christmas. And so much so that they have to pre-order it. many months in advance.
Book for KFC.
They have to book for a whole Christmas KFC chicken. So
And
KFC.
I have to say, I don't really eat roast dinners and stuff like that. I'll eat the meat cold, but I don't eat roast dinners and vegetables and stuff like that. It's too greasy. So I'd say,
Well,
it's too greasy, so I'd rather have KFC,
Which
because
is-
that's not greasy. Yeah, it is. But I could eat a KFC burger.
I don't actually know what traditional Japanese food I would want on Christmas because none of it really seems Christmassy or I don't know. KFC.
Just eel. Anytime's good for eel,
Yes, the grilled eel is really good.
which is called.
Unagi,
There you go.
I believe.
Now he's
if I haven't got
happy.
it wrong.
Darren Farnell, sorry, can't work out which way around it is. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas. Question is, what do you have planned to bring in 2024 on New Year's Eve, and what's your opinions on countries' use of fireworks around built-up areas from what seems September until the Chinese New Year? Well, today happens to be New Year's Eve,
Woo!
and we are going to be probably just watching a film and having a couple of drinks, and that's about it. The weather here is absolutely horrible, so
yeah.
it's not like we can really go and watch the fireworks. Although apparently they're planning to do it, but you're probably likely to get hit by one going sideways. As for fireworks, I don't have a problem with fireworks. I do understand lots of people in recent years are having more problems with them. Maybe this is a combination, as you say, in built-up areas, more people live there, more people have more pets, etc. But I do also think you can get animals more used to things like this. And the reason I say that is because horses, the animals which are scared of everything and anything, including themselves, can be trained to be used in riots and war and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some dogs just can't take the training and it's a problem.
I wonder if, thinking about it, a lot of dogs now, it seems to be, in my opinion, that they are bred to be more stupid. So they're more lovable and they're more
Maybe.
people dogs.
Emotional.
Yeah, so maybe because of that, that might be making them more scared. But it doesn't help if you go around up to your dog going, "Are you okay? Oh my god, are you okay?" That makes it worse. It doesn't help.
I do wonder how much is trained into people, into dogs through the people that have them. But I know they also get very mad when you make suggestions like that. I did do a video about fireworks in recent years where I basically said the same thing, that I understand why it's annoying to some people, but I don't feel like it was much of an issue in my youth, and I think fireworks are used a lot more back then because people have more money to spend. I mean, naturally, fireworks are not cheap. People don't have much money. I don't think there's going to be as many.
Have fireworks gotten louder compared to when you were younger?
No.
I don't think so.
No, I think they were much bigger. And I mean, maybe people, the people wanted to go for the biggest rocket, and people are going, "Look at these rockets! They're like this big nowadays." Yes, but they've got still got the same sized rocket inside it that was there in the 90s. So the fact that we used to sell air bombs and bangers and things that just made loud noises.
Yeah.
And they stopped that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can buy air bombs and bangers now. They also it's got to have a pretty element to it, otherwise it's just a nuisance. But air bombs were fun. Okay, the next one is from
Hippo Drones, who says, "Happy Monday to you both. Not got a question, just wanted to wish you well on this joyful day of the week." Oh,
Thank you, Hippo, for Christmas, and we wish you a Happy New Year. Okay, so the next question is from Region Blackett. Hi, Spicy. Would like your opinion. Currently 17, been riding since 16 on a geared 50 on a CBT, but CBT runs out next year when I'm 18, so would like to know, should I redo CBT or get the A1 licence, as I'm wanting an A2 when I'm turning 19? No, simple one, because you're going to have to do theory and everything. I would say do the CBT, so you've just got your means of transport. You're planning to do it next year anyway. You've also got 2 years to do that. So in your scenario, I would say get the CBT done so you can ride, do the theory in between, and then you're ready, set up to do your A2 when you go to do your A2. Trying to get the A1 done now before like the CBT runs out and stuff, it might make it a bit more stressful. So not having all those deadlines beforehand, I would rather have that. So yeah, I would say.
Also, if you retake the CBT, it can help you kick out any habits you may have picked up that may not be necessarily good habits, and it might make it easier than to pass your test later.
Yeah. Then it's going to a year, so you're going to just ignore those sort of things you've learned
I
after a
forgot
day.
about
But yeah, I think everyone would pretty much should say, yeah, do the CBT, keep on on 2 wheels, because the experience is the most important thing, and be riding all the time, and then just do your theory in between and get your A2 done. So there are the questions. There was only 6 of them, and that's why we don't do
Yeah.
Q&A so much anymore, because when I used to do them publicly, it was like 300 or 400 questions.
But
it
like
was stupid.
most of them were the same question.
Same question time and time again, which meant it kind of got boring over time, and they were all too long. So we tried to just do it from Patreon, and it started off with high numbers of questions. But then, as everyone asked all the questions they wanted to ask, and there's only so many questions people want covered, things I haven't talked about in the 2,000 odd videos I've made. Yeah, I think it is just they're like, I think I know his opinion on that. I don't need to ask, or he's already made a video on it, so I'm not going to bother asking because he's just going to send me a bloody link. I did this 9 years ago. Don't you know about it? Video 1752 answers everything you need to know. As I say, this year's been very interesting. I was expecting someone to ask me what my plans for 2024 are, and no one's asked. So hold on.
That's a good point.
Hold on.
Maybe because it's not a new
Made up guy that doesn't exist asks, "What are your plans for 2024?" Thanks, made up guy who doesn't exist.
Wait, I could have asked you.
Well, you could have done, but you're not a patron.
Oh yeah, true. I'm a patron in real life.
Yes. It's the usual, as you know. We're in the next few weeks. My plan is to start getting to work on one of my bikes. I'm going to try. I want to go out and make videos talking about things, there's subjects I want to talk about, and stuff I really want to talk about because it's really interesting. But the weather has been terrible. In fact, we may have even had a little tornado here last night because it went from being windy to hail, really strong winds, and then back to hail, and then it calmed down again, which is like a squall, I know, but it felt different, and I've lived next to the sea for 38 years, so yeah. Anyway, I want to get on and get to doing the work to my bikes because they need maintenance done to them. I need to clean them and then get on with like clutches and probably brake fluid and oil and whatever other bits I find along the way. And then into next year, there are lots of different bikes I'd like to ride. I'm going to continue doing work with Andy Seal, which means I can get hold of old bikes and secondhand stuff and not stuff that the companies are trying to sell to you right now that's the brand new thing, because so many people now are not buying that. They're looking at the options of cheaper things that those companies don't. You know, you look at all the big motorcycle channels, they'll have all the leading flagship model bikes that are coming out, and you won't see so many of the things you're actually interested in buying because those are all too expensive. So I'm trying to do that. I've always tried to be ahead of the curve when it comes to reviewing bikes. Feel like it's bit me in the arse quite a few times. But yes, and on the same note as that, there's a couple of electrics that I'd like to try out this year. But there'll be whoever releases whatever, I will be riding it when I can get hold of it, if they'll lend it to me. I know there's a company that I was speaking to before the year that had a very interesting couple of bikes for me, scooters actually, but I'm not going to say any more than that. They're very interesting scooters, but not normal scooters. And not electric either, that they want me to try, but it kind of, because of the weather and New Year and Christmas, it just never really worked out. So I guess we're going to pick that up in the spring. So lots of the same. But as I have emphasised in this video, 2023 for sort of financial and YouTube was bad. Earnings were 50 to 60% what I would expect. And that is tough. So, as I say, the patrons are really important. I still haven't made my minimum patron more than $1, and I do notice that lots of major patrons and big channels have their minimum of like $4. I'm still not going to do that. I'm still hoping that more people will be willing to help me at a lower rate than trying to get more out of the 300 or 400 people that I have on Patreon, 300 odd people I have on Patreon. So if you can think about supporting this channel and you enjoy what I bring forward and you think the information I bring forward and maybe the lessons I bring forward to the biking community are worth it, are they worth like £1.50 a month to you or less? I can't remember what the tax difference is now, but
Don't ask me.
It's up to you. But yeah, so it's a very important thing because in 2024 I think it's not going to get any easier.
Yeah, especially with costs of everything.
Just everything is going to be. But let's not be doom and gloom. It's the end of the year and it's been, but we are still here. I'm still going. There's a positive. So
yes. And then there'll be a new year and there'll be fireworks. And I'll be looking out the window like this, trying to look at fireworks.
It's more like this from the windowsill. So it's only like knee high, but I've given you the bigger chair.
I know. I'm actually
you're taller than me. But this chair is tiny.
Oh no, you're going to make me smaller. Oh yes. So now we have role reversal.
Spicy 1.10. The little one.
1.10. 0.01.
Right.
You can't even see now.
No, I'm going to look around and think, hello, subscribe to my channel. Right, okay. Thank you. As I say, thank you for watching. We're going to end this one here. Hope your hangover's not too bad. Bye.
Bye.